Hi you guys, Live Better Girl here. Just want to give you guys a quick list of how to get through the first day of a water fast, because it is challenging, I'm not going to lie, but it is possible and you can do it. Okay, so here's a couple suggestions. Number one is, do not fill up the day before, meaning don't slam extra food down your throat like, oh, I'm not going to eat in, 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, however long your fast is. So I got to eat all these Oreos really quick. No, don't do that. Just eat normal, just as if you were going to eat normal the next day, the day you start your fast, okay? Number two, I just wrote down a list here. In the morning, you may or may not be a breakfast person, but a lot of people are, they get that kind of sick feeling. So if you need to, heat up some water and just sip it. Another thing you can do, I'm not sure if you're incorporating herbal teas into your fast, but you can also do a tea. Anything hot is kind of help. Maybe you drink coffee. It obviously it's not coffee, but just something warm. It's better than not having anything at all, just drinking cold water. You have to be careful with herbal teas because you can really easily dehydrate yourself, especially if you're not eating anything. Number three. Okay, if you do not have the ability to empty out your cupboards, then my suggestion is to do your best to stay out of the kitchen if possible. Okay, I know that's not always possible. Some people have to cook. We have husbands, wives, kids we have to cook for, and that's definitely not possible. So what I would suggest to do, especially on your first day, is if you have to cook and you have a partner, if you have somebody else who can cook, then please ask them to cook, especially the first day. The first 3 days preferably, but the first day. If that is not possible, that's a lawnmower. Pre-plan your food. So you can make, maybe three or 4 days worth of meals beforehand for the kids or for the family. Then put them in the freezer if you need to, and then just heat them up in the microwave. The last thing you want to do is have a bunch of really good tasting food that you're cooking and the aromas start filling up your nose, okay? That is really where the killer comes in, that smell. Our sense of smell, especially when our body knows we're not taking in food, it becomes heightened. It's like our smell becomes our taste, and it can really push you overboard that first day. You start to think, why am I doing this? You start to have all these thoughts. Oh, I could start tomorrow. Oh, I could just, this is stupid. I could just, cut my calories and, just eat littler portions. Your mind will come up with excuses as to why not to do this. But, which leads on to my next tip, is you have to remain firm. Go into fasting, which by now you've decided to fast. The best thing you can do is have a firm foundation of why you are fasting. What are you fasting for? Are you fasting for God? Or, whatever your belief is, Allah, the universe, love. Are you, giving your fast, maybe like the first 10 days of your fast for human suffering. What are you doing your fast for? Okay, so have a firm foundation of that. So let me see. If you have the ability on your first day to treat yourself to a massage, to maybe a meditation, or maybe you go to church, get your nails done, anything you can do that's kind of for yourself, and you're treating yourself for getting through this first day, for starting your fast your journey, you know, whatever that may be. It may just be kind of a normal fast that you kind of incorporate through your lifetime. It may be a fast that you are doing for the first time. You may be an experienced faster, but it's always good kind of the first day to kind of treat yourself if that's possible, if you can, and treat yourself. Now, you know, we can't treat ourselves with food. We can't go out to dinner, obviously, but just something maybe you normally don't get. You know, you go for a walk, you hike up the mountain, you watch the sunset. You know, something that's good for your soul. So that I would definitely recommend. Let me see. Okay, next tip. Now, this is kind of hard because when we are on a fast, a lot of times, you know, in the spaces where maybe we would be eating, like lunch, dinner, or maybe the family's eating and you're not, we tend to, or I know I do, I tend to read a bunch of information on fasting. It's a motivational tool, okay? I watch videos, but what happens is, especially the first day, you might run into an article or video that is all the cons of fasting. You know, you're doing really good, and then you run into this article or video, and your mind's already wanting to eat, okay? Now you run into this video or this article that has all these cons, and you're like, okay, screw it. I'm gonna go eat. You know, this affirms what my mind wants me to do. It wants to eat. So just hold strong. My recommendation is to, especially for the first 3 days, print out the material, you know, or mark favorite your favorite YouTube videos for fasting beforehand. That way you can kind of watch them over and over if you need to kind of give you that motivation to hang in there. You know, don't waste your time with someone who's going to be talking about, oh, you know, fasting as anything negative, okay? You know what you want. I'm sure you've already researched it. You know, I'm sure you know your body, if whatever medical conditions you have. I'm sure you know what's what. So you've already decided to do a fast. So do your fast. Do it. Don't let any of this other bullshit information on the internet that's maybe someone who didn't like it or whatever lead you astray. So just hold firm. Okay? So maybe you are, you know, maybe you're in a work environment where, you know, all the guys or all the girls go out to lunch together. What are you going to do? So the best thing to do is, you know, if you're, obviously, do not go out to lunch. Okay, that is just, unless you have just solid still willpower, don't go out to lunch with anybody. Okay, go to your car if you can. You know, put on your headphones, read an informational article, watch a video. You know, put on your jam. You know, I don't know, dance in the car if you need to. Get down, whatever you need to do. Just don't, especially that first day, don't go out to lunch. Don't expose yourself to like a food in a social manner, okay, until you have that a little bit better control. Okay, let me see. So you're not going to want to watch people eat, and you know, okay, what's going to happen is your first day, you're fasting. You know, you go through breakfast, your stomach aches a little bit, you don't eat, at lunchtime, okay, you pass lunchtime, dinner comes. The thing that is going to get everybody, besides, you know, just besides hunger, if you are hungry, is going to be the smell. And even watching people eat. So just do what you can to avoid the smell. Like I said, get out of the house if you can. And lastly, the biggest thing is going to be, okay, nighttime comes, you've done great, you're doing good so far, you're still thinking about food, the clock is going by slow, because this is what happens, okay? Um, go to bed. Don't stay up, watch your favorite show. Don't clean the house, okay? Don't don't be yelling at your kids, telling them to pick up crap, whatever, don't do that. Go to bed. I don't care if it's 6:30, go to bed. Because at nighttime, we all know, like dinner time, when we want a snack, okay, no, go to bed. You get up at night, go back to bed. Don't enter into the kitchen. Get all your waters, whatever, make everything. If you have to, warming up some water is great. And, it's a slippery slope using teas, I think, because they could it could give you that sweet taste, which, could lead you to want to eat. So, I would recommend for your first, as long as you can, just to do water. That way it kind of cuts out that sweet craving, okay? Because herbal teas sometimes have that sweet taste. So that's what I would definitely recommend. That's what I do, okay, personally. It's 7:30. Okay, kids, guess what? You're going to bed early. Okay, Mom is tired. You're going to bed early. You're fighting? Okay, you're going to bed early. So go to bed, okay? But I'm here to tell you that you can do this. You will get through it. You can remain firm in why you're doing this. Okay? It takes about 4 days to get better control over your mind playing these games like, I want food. Okay, that smells so good. In fact, it smells better than it ever did before. Okay, all that stuff is natural, but you will get through it. So remain firm. Keep that foundation with you. And I know you guys can do it. Well, thank you guys so much for staying, watching the video. I do appreciate it. If you could give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And I will be posting more videos, so stay on the lookout. Okay, thanks. Peace out.